It's dark, it's gooey, it sticks to everything you try to do. If you want to make public schools better, you can feel it dripping like tar off of you. If you want to make prison profiteering illegal, it drags on you like snot dripping down a subway train car window. Why do subways always seem to have snot on the windows? Have you noticed that? Where the does that come from? Just morons just rubbing, oh yeah, clean it out, clean it out. Why, people? What happened to the social contract? Anyway, the slime I'm talking about is, of course, money in politics. It impacts everything. Anything we want to accomplish is bathed in a thick coat of rotten money. Unless, of course, that thing is pro-wealthy bastards. Then money lubricates the slide so the bill gets passed and the corporations get massive hard-ons. All right? Hard-ons? Is that the right plural for that? Is it hard, or is it like attorneys general and it should be they had hards on? Is that like a bunch of hards on? I don't know, because I went to public schools. We could fix that if the corporate money wasn't on the other side. Want an example of this, how this system works? Senator Elizabeth Warren is known for standing up against the Wall Street behemoths, the tyrants of profit. Take a look.
Just look at the big banks. They cheated American families, crashed the economy, got bailed out, and now the biggest banks are even bigger than they were when they were too big to fail in 2008. A kid gets caught with a few ounces of pot and goes to jail, but a big bank launders drug money and no one gets arrested. The game is rigged, and it isn't right.
Your anti-corporatism tastes so good. But the big banks don't think so. They are vampires, and Warren's words are a free-range, organic steak to the heart. All right? The banks think to themselves, wait a second, we own this system. We can't let her fart in our punch bowl or punch in our fart bowl or whatever. So they have now threatened the Democrats, saying that if they don't shut her up, then the big banks will withhold donations to Democrats. I don't know whether that threat is to rein in Warren will work or not, but the point is, she's the outlier. All the other Congress people and cabinet people and president people, they were reined in before they even ran for office. Most of them got to where they are because they had big money behind them to begin with. About 90% of the time, the candidate who spends the most wins the election. Over half of Congress is millionaires. Our system is being used to enrich the ultra-wealthy even more. Richard Wolff breaks it down well in his book, Occupy the Economy. If you don't know Richard Wolff, you need to get on that, all right? He rocks. He is the only economist I would ever invite to my intervention. Yeah. Here's a life hack for you. If you're gonna hold an intervention, do it on a holiday like Passover, so people don't have to travel for both occasions. It's two birds, one stone, you know? Then they can be like, Lee, we think you need to cut back on crack cocaine and leaven bread. Yeah, both you and your bread should be less high. Richard Wolff said the 1% are not going to be so stupid as to not realize that one of the ways you secure yourself is to control the political system. And they accomplish that with their money. They use a portion of it to manipulate what the voter knows, to manipulate candidates from which the voter chooses. So how do we stop this? Well, there are organizations like Move to Amend that work to get money out of politics. There's also the possibility of a constitutional convention, which Congress is supposed to have once at least 34 states request one on a given topic. There's only one problem. Congress has simply never counted the request in the entire history of the United States. Real mature, Congress. Real mature. You have basically responded to the calls for a constitutional convention the same way Gretchen Carlson does a news report. By plugging your ears, closing your eyes, and hoping the truth doesn't find you. But one brave man in Hilo, Hawaii, took it upon himself to fix this. Dan Marks basically phoned up Congress and said, why the f*** aren't you counting the request? And Congress said, please hold. Hey guys, why aren't we counting the guys? All right, we'll start counting the requests. One guy did that. One guy achieved one average run-of-the-mill, everyday, blue-collar, wipe your nose on the subway glass kind of guy can change this country. Now imagine if every single one of us acted like Dan Marks. I mean on this topic. I don't mean entirely like him. For all I know, he spends his weekends in the back of clown cars giving handjobs to warthogs. You know, there's not a lot to do in Hawaii. But if we all acted like him in regard to money and politics, then we could change this goddamn gutted and violated system.